It's good to be back. So, let's check it out.
I'll be the first to admit, the only problem with the matte black everything lifestyle is the fact you can't find anything, which may be the only reason you'd carry a flashlight, so why not let it be one you can stick to your iPhone? The WUBEN E1 may be one of the slimmest flashlights we've ever tested, and the only one that's got MagSafe built in. I know. Why? Your iPhone already has a flashlight built in, but let's just let the light explain itself. Not only is it much brighter for when you record your midnight accounting sessions, it can be angled and even flipped in the front to highlight your best features. And it's adjustable in brightness with a quick twist, all of which aren't available on the built-in iPhone light. Don't worry, I know you're thinking this, they made sure it stayed on as well. Passing my scientific shake test without slip or sliding around, which also means you can mount it on any metal surface and instantly have an adjustable work light, reading light, or just be hands-free without having to deal with finding a way to mount your phone instead. Speak of the devil though, they do offer a phone stand designed specifically with a double-sided magnet mount. It works great as an emergency handheld tripod for extra stability, or use the surprisingly strong spring-loaded clamp below so you can record yourself while being lit properly, or just whatever's in front of you while hands-free too. The MagSafe connection means you can easily adjust to vertical or landscape recording without having to worry about it falling off, even through our scientific wobble test. Seriously, this clamp clamps. And the all-metal build gives you the confidence you can trust for it to keep clamping. Even if you ditch the phone, this combo makes for a perfect futuristic adjustable mini table lamp too. However, it's the angles you can achieve by simply finding a spot to bite down on. Plus, for phones or tablets without MagSafe, they include a metal plate, so you can still become that uncle recording with your iPad that you were destined to be. That's not all, the stiffer bracket with the flat edge is designed to double as a phone stand too. And all that while laying flat and sliding in and out of my pockets without slipping off, but not the worst if it did either, because unlike other MagSafe accessories, this one can be used on its own too, with its metal body that can take a beating, a very satisfying twist style, available in multiple colors and materials, and it's heavily discounted on Kickstarter right now. So what are you waiting for? Links down below. Now, I personally use this on a daily basis, so when they released another Blackout model, I had to show it off again. It's got a completely soft leather exterior, and you've got your standard spin to reveal in a slim body. But the Jibbon key organizer has one benefit over the rest. There are no screws on the outside. It also gives it a sophisticated vibe, which also shows in their packaging too, especially when it's the limited edition numbered one with the minimal and sleek branding hidden inside. This may also be one of the easiest to put together as well. You simply lay down your keys, screw it in first, then the other side simply snaps in place. No fumbling ever again, and the square screw means it stays as tight as you set it without ever coming loose on its own. It's easily managed one-handed, whether it's finding the right key or inserting it into the hole, plus the leather is wide enough to hide your standard key sizes inside as well. But the real reason you'd get it is how pocket friendly it is. You're now able to toss in any electronic into the same pocket without having to worry about scratching or cracking your screens and cases, which makes this one of the very few key organizers that I can drop test like this without having to worry about either breaking. Of course, you also get your standard benefits like how quiet it is compared to sounding like a janitor walking down the hallway, and the fact that every key is always in the same position, so no more playing Where's Waldo when you get home. It's small enough to slide into any back pocket while also organized so you can toss it into larger ones too. But if you're like me and enjoy hoarding everything in life, including keys, they include an extension rod for up to 9 keys, which they somehow were still able to make look manageable. Combined with the optional blacked out tool insert, if you're not into carrying a whole toolbox in your pocket, it's got your mandatory bottle opener, a file on the opposite side, and overall hides away when not in use. Then there's the D-ring, which is removable and the only metal that sticks out. However, the matte black finish is much appreciated and useful when combined with other accessories like a quick release magnet for your car keys, or clipping it onto your belt with a standard key ring. I personally like combining it with a retractable lanyard because letting go when you're done is just so fun to do. Realistically though, just throw on an AirTag for a compact key solution that you'll never lose again. When it comes to ensuring you reach your full matte black everything potential, dbrand has you covered, literally. They make skins and cases for most devices cool kids use. So not your HP laptop from 2003, but combine that with their blacked out skin options like the triple black that changes in the light, carbon fiber that feels like actual carbon fiber, and one of my favorites, real full grain leather that will only look better the more you use it. Because combined with the grip cases that offer protection where it matters, around the camera plus up front as well, and is surprisingly strong enough to handle being poked at with sharp objects too. Why? Who cares? It's badass. So you should probably black out all your gear, because knowing your butterfingers, you'll probably need the added scratch resistance too. Thankfully, their grip case does live up to the name with a sandpaper-like rubber texture combined with the rubber strips so your fingers actually have something to hold on to. Perfect when you're rage quitting on the Steam Deck with their Project Kill Switch case, and for those who insist on buying really large iPhones, as this is bound to happen. The grip case has you covered, physically and metaphorically speaking. You can match it with your AirPods too, rubber strip and grippy texture included. Plus their Steam Deck Project Kill Switch case may be niche to the hardcore gamers who take this chonker with them everywhere, but they've done right by all three of you by making it an all-in-one solution. The added grip for some intense sweat sessions, and it's thick enough to offer just enough protection to help prevent any major dings and dongs. It even comes complete with a removable kickstand that doesn't disappoint in my scientific poke test, and with how large the screen is and those damn joysticks that catch onto every bag you throw it into, the added shell cover may add some bulk, but the trade-off is your Steam Deck is now tougher than you are, and that goes for basically every device you own. So now you have no excuse not to live the matte black everything lifestyle. Look, almost every blade out there comes in black. However, the Craighill Rook blade is one of the very few we can call ours. Let me explain. I've shown this off before, and for good reason. I find it's the perfect size to carry with you daily, offers more than enough sharpness to cut open your Amazon boxes, and is easily one of the best looking blades that won't scare everyone around you when you flick it open. The ergonomics allow you to handle it at every angle and put in force when needed, plus the sharp tip pierces through everything we've needed to split open. It's a blade we're not afraid to get dirty, toss around, and leave a few battle scars behind. It's the symmetrical design, rounded tops and bottoms, combined with the satisfying flick. What isn't there to love for a daily beater? They currently offer it in a few color variations too, which honestly, I don't hate the gold and black combo. It's got total pirate vibes, but the blackout is and has been one of our favorites. Unfortunately, the one thing we've told them time and time again, while I love how smooth it is, it sucks to carry without a pouch. And that is where the new version comes in. Releasing later this year, the added clip doesn't take away from the aesthetics, but suddenly makes this the knife to beat. So having worked with Craighill together on this, as a sneak peek, we've got something special coming soon. But for those who rightfully don't care for that, their current version is super minimal, which means it can fit into a wallet, your pencil case, or even that pen slot in your bag too, because who actually uses it for pens anymore? But if you love all things tiny, whether it be in your pants or in your pockets, the Craighill Key Capsule can keep it safe. Made of a solid piece of metal with slight branding on the side, this futuristic pill-looking case can hold a whopping 2 pieces of gum, or use it as an emergency spice container in case your partner tries to cook another healthy meal. But realistically, it's perfect to store your backup of the backup cache. However, the best part is the rubber seal around the lid, making it waterproof and passing our water dunk contest without getting anything on the inside wet. So I get to live out my pirate bottle message fantasies too. It is small enough to clip onto your keys without weighing you down, and the rounded edges also means it won't scratch up everything in its path either. It also doubles as a fidget toy and feels like you're sliding a giant hard black bean in your hand. It's kind of satisfying. Inside the tinier pouch pocket, some pocket junk. The random objects we carry for the sake of carrying. Like a new favorite since owning a Tesla, the Cyberwhistle Stealth. Because while I'll never own an actual Cybertruck, this comes pretty close to saying that I do. Especially given it's basically a tiny tank. And yeah, gives you a slight increase in testosterone when you wear it like this. As for fidgeters who don't actually like the sound of fidgeting, a worry coin is the go-to method for keeping your anxiety in check, while also getting to show off this twice-born Micarta worry coin. And given it's about the size of a toonie for the Canadian folks out there, it's easily manageable one-handed, being rolled in your fingers, and given it's just one chunk of Micarta, you don't have to worry about anything breaking or falling apart. Speaking Speaking of which, I've read every single comment calling out my fingers, and I agree, I need a spa day. But while on the run, I now carry the Kiya black steel nail clipper. Not only because it's fully blacked out, it actually offers a pretty useful file along the handle, and it's made in Japan. So you know they went hard on possibly making this the perfect, well, nail clipper. Because they can. Within the large compartment and tucked inside a sleeve, the Anker 3-in-1 portable battery and charger will sit waiting to fulfill every charging need you have. No more carrying additional wires, wall chargers, and an external battery separately. This has all of that in one. Sure, it could eat a few less chicken wings and think skinny, but the extra bulk here is worth it when you know it can also do this. Plugging itself into a wall and charging its own battery is a total alpha move, but plug in a cable of your choice, then wha-bam, it's now spitting out 30 watts of power to your device of choice. However, if you're in a rush, even more magical, just take the whole damn thing with you, because then the battery kicks in and continues to charge on the go. With an overall size of about a tissue pack, it's a no-brainer if you find yourself constantly running low on juice. Plus, the cable being locked in isn't a coincidence, as Anker is known for their tough AF cables, so doubling this as a carry handle is such a genius idea. Honestly, not having to remember to take a cable with me or even remember where I left it is clutch. Perfect for traveling or just tossing it into my bag just in case I procrastinate a little too hard on TikTok while at work. They've also got larger models, but I find the 5000 milliamps is the perfect size to carry on the daily and more than enough to keep all your gear ready to go. Now for an actual fidget toy that also doubles as an apology for the childhood you wish you had, the Walsh Metalworks Clicktendo is shaped like, well, a Nintendo. The Game Boy to be exact, with actual clicking buttons. It's made of a full metal body with accented colors too. However, it's pretty rare to find in the wild, but follow them on Instagram for up-to-date news on when the next one is, as they recently also dropped the controller version 2 called the WES, or the WES. Just as clicky and sturdy, but in a tinier body. The cutout on the Clicktendo makes for a great ring too, a solid finger protector if you're ever in a scuffle, but like any proper EDC item, this also doubles as a bottle opener too, although it may scratch off some of the paint like it did mine, but regardless, it's still super addictive to fiddle with, whether it's at the dinner table, while at work, or just walking down the street. Because if you could never afford the real deal when you were a kid, you can now really stick it to those damn kids for making fun of you for it by showing them how much discretionary income you have to buy a tiny fidget toy version of it now. This wallet surprised me in how fun it made spending money. The Skyborne Trigger Pro wallet basically has a eject button for your credit cards, and you can bet I'm fidgeting with this all day long. However, as a wallet, its main selling point is just how thin it actually is, given there's a whole spring system built inside. Being able to store 5 cards comfortably, the extra cash elastic strap can also store another 5, and still be just as accessible without having to compromise on any security issues either, as it passes my scientific shake test even with an open top. The opposite side has a plate which is actually designed to hide your cards, but also works for your stack of ones you're saving for tonight. Don't worry, no matter how lit you get, dropping your wallet won't be an issue structurally as well, but also functionally, keeping all the cards and cash exactly where you left it. The beauty of the elastic system though is if you want to keep it simple, you can. Simply slide it all off and you're left with a metal and carbon fiber shell that won't create a bulge in your pants. Perfect if you already have a dump truck around back like I do. The true test with these wallets though is if it can handle a single card, and I can confirm it's still just as secure but also fun to play with too. Now it is a mechanical switch with several moving parts inside, but through our drops, clicks, and sliding cards in and out, we haven't experienced any issues that couldn't be fixed with a quick reset. Plus, they've even solved the issue of losing your wallet altogether. Their own card tracker has a button to ring your phone when it's hiding under a cushion, and vice versa when your wallet is hidden inside the only other pair of pants you own. However, my favorite has to go to the ability to switch ringtones. Bringing back some old flip phone vibes, and I love it. Better yet, while it doesn't work with Apple's Find My,
Hey Siri,
you can still
find my
ask
wallet.
Siri to ping your wallet. Personally, I find the exterior metal plate makes for a great spot to store larger items too, so it's not ripping up my pants. But overall, for a shell that can hold up to 5 cards alone, it's a pretty reasonable size. And they've got an updated 2.0 model as well, with a sliding mechanism instead of a click. But it's just as fidgety, secure, and if blue forged carbon is your vibe instead. This one is, if you know, you know. And purely a flex on my part, the Citizen D031 radio watch is no longer in production, which means it's only available secondhand. And the fact that I got this in such perfect condition in the blackout colorway, I had to show it off. Essentially, it's like an Apple Watch of the 80s and requires battery packs that come separately, but the fact that you could actually tune into FM and AM radio stations is so freaking cool. Otherwise, it's a pretty basic watch with a digital screen for the time, and I now may or may not be obsessed with collecting them all. I know, not another fidget toy, but I had to do this one simply for how amazing it sounds. Unlike other clicking, sliding, or spinning ones, I think the ACEdc Shadow Raider makes the perfect ratchet noise that sends tingles straight down your spine when you hear it. I've got the Stonewash Zirconium one, which is just a fancy way of saying that I overpaid for it, but it does give off some Gundam-like vibes, like a gear fell off the mobile suit or something. It is technically a ring and a pretty thick one, but it can't fit onto your fingers for easy access, which you'll want because... come on, here's some slow-mo action for you too. Personally, my mentality is an easy to carry fidget toy is the best fidget toy to carry. So flick it under a table, play with it in your pants, or just go about your day no matter what you're doing and have a moment of instant relief available wherever you are, physically in the moment and in life. It's also regular enough that if your coworkers caught you with it, you can simply tell them it's your lucky coin. Or to just mind their own damn business. Look, it's 2024 and I didn't think this combo would ever exist, but Noble Crafters has stuffed MagSafe magnets into a physical notebook and spit out the side note, the first and possibly only notebook ever to attach to your phone magnetically. We got this prototype a while back before they launched their Kickstarter, and it's very much a prototype, yet it still works and somehow makes sense. But I do want to point out that because it's a prototype, the final version might be slightly different. However, the idea will be the same when paired with their custom pen that slots into the notebook itself, so you can always have a doodle machine ready at a moment's notice, combined with the metal frame holding the notepad, leather exterior with a felt lined interior. They put some deep thought into this, and even if you just wanted a tiny notebook to take with you on the daily, this is it. The rounded edges combined with the soft leather feels amazing in the hand, and the front cover is just strong enough magnetically to stay closed, so when it's put away, nothing is loosey-goosey or feels out of place. And sure, you can type or draw on your iPhone, but if you believe that, this isn't for you, as this is for those who understand the difference in how it feels when pen meets paper, allowing you to create a total masterpiece. Plus, there's also that extending pen for a full hand feel, and with the overall size being around the same as my wallet, you'll either feel like a total boss writing in a tiny black book, or like a poet that's about to spit some bars and maybe drop a diss track on paper. Now all that is stored inside the most modular sling bag we've tested, and one that I personally use in my daily rotation, the Codabel Annex Sacoche. Sacoche? Made of an X-Pack waterproof exterior, the front pocket can expand out to fit a whole water bottle or even a light sweater too, while the main pocket is slightly padded plus wide enough to fit an iPad mini as well. It even has a secret magnetic quick access pocket around back, great for your phone or passports and cash while traveling too. It's the perfect weekend sling bag, especially if you're the type to take everything with you and then buy even more while you're out and about. And yeah, it even has a quick adjust too. I think this may be the perfect mix of form meets function.
So, what should we do next? Deadpool or an updated Iron Man EDC? But that's it. I rest my Blackout EDC.